Happy Monday, Wildcats. Sorry, one second. I've just received word that this is actually the wrong studio. So while I'm here, I might as well introduce myself. I'm Sophia Bella, and I am a senior at Monrovia High School, and I'm so excited to be bringing you this week's edition of 3-Minute Thursday with Mr. Dolls.
Full disclosure, I am a terrible swimmer. I never really learned how to swim well as a kid. I did what I could. I can survive. I am an incredible dog paddler. But I do like going swimming, especially in the shallow end of the pool where my feet can touch the ground. Same is true in the ocean. I feel okay as long as my feet can touch the bottom. But as soon as I step off of there and I'm no longer touching, I'm not feeling that great. So shout out to my Intro to Leadership kids, where this conversation, this 3-Minute Thursday, originated just yesterday in class. Don't be afraid of the deep end. What I mean by that is simply this. Relationships are the key to everything. In order for a relationship to matter, it has to have depth. In order for a relationship to matter, it has to have depth. It has to have meaning. And the reason why so many relationships spend all of their time in the shallow end is fear. You see, it's super easy to talk to somebody and say, hey, how you doing? And wait for that, hey, I'm fine, how are you? And just keep on moving. It's super easy to live in the shallow end of the pool where your feet are always touching. But in order for relationships to truly grow and to truly develop into something special, you have to be willing to trust that you're going to be able to keep your head above water and survive in the deep end. So what that really looks like when you are trying to develop deep relationships with friends and with colleagues and with students, you have to go below the surface. You have to be willing to take that step and that leap and say to somebody, how are you doing? And not just wait for the answer, but truly listen to their response. You have to be willing to truly grasp who they are and what they're experiencing. And we all know the difference between the two. We can tell when somebody's invested in us. We can tell when somebody truly cares. A quick story to illustrate this. And I don't mean to prop up Phil Boyd, but shout out to Phil Boyd for this. 3 years ago, my first CATA conference in Reno, California. I was standing in line at the Starbucks waiting patiently. I had been challenged by my friend Sarah Cowie to make sure that I met Phil Boyd in person, the legendary Phil Boyd. And sure enough, coming out of that line that I was standing in, coffee in hand, was Phil Boyd. And I stopped him and I said, hey, Phil, you don't know who I am, but I know who you are. And Sarah Cowie told me I have to meet you. And Phil Boyd, as only he can, said, of course I know who you are, Paul. And he began talking to me about my videos, what I was doing in Monrovia. And then we proceeded to have a conversation where he asked me to tell him more about me. Now understand, for those of you that don't know who Phil is, he is a godfather of student leadership. He is who we all want to be. And yet he took the time and invested in me. Now you fast forward 3 years from now, and I'm proud to call him my friend. And as busy as he is, and as many people who are proud to call Phil his friend, I know that he is a text message or a phone call away, because our relationship doesn't live in the shallow end of the pool. He lives in the deep end. So friends, if you truly want meaningful relationships, if you truly want to build relationships that turn into something special that you can continue to rely upon, get out of the shallow end, get into the deep end. Learn how to listen, learn how to care, and learn how to love. That's it. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are doing well. Please stay safe. Please remember to tell somebody you love them today and keep sowing the seeds. And I'll see you next Thursday.